Hi guys, my name is Noel and I'm doing a review. The reason why I'm doing this review and upgrades of my machine is because when I was going to buy this machine, I looked all over the place in YouTube and a lot of places. I couldn't find any information about the machine. So basically I'm going to go over a few things that are different from this one than the GT 5500 and the GT 6500. I've had a GT 5500 and a GT 6500. I had both. Now, there's a lot of differences between both of them. This machine is very, very, very beefy. For starts, the chassis on this machine is about 1/8 inch thick, and that makes it a lot stronger. The GT 5500 and 6500 have the chassis, which is about 1/16 of an inch thick, so you can't do a lot with it. Besides riding, on flat ground. Another thing that I loved about this machine, which is very different than the other ones, is this one has real tie rods like a car. You can adjust the pitch of your tires on front here and back there, and also when you turn, you can see the spindles here. These are full spindles like a car, like a real tractor should be. Now the other tractors, they just have a rod that is bent, which is very flimsy. You land on a hole, you bent it, you're screwed. You can't do much with it, and it's very expensive. Another thing is that that with the other ones, the tie rods are just solid rods. They don't have no adjustment, which I always criticize that from Sears. But those tie rods, once they're bent, they're bent. You can't do much with them. Either you cut them with a grinder and weld them back together, so you can align your tractor. But this one has this advantage, which is adjustable. I love that. It comes with a 26 horsepower engine. It has the air filter and the oil filter close to each other, which is very, very easy to change. Also, the spark plugs are very close by, and the gas tank is very close by. Now, another thing that I want to point out on this tractor is it has a nice parking brake. That parking brake also works as a cruise control. Once you achieve your speed, your desired speed, you can set it up on cruise control, and it can go at that specific speed. Is hydrostatic, which means you don't have to change gears from time to time. You don't have to change gears. That'll save you a lot of time, because every time you will have to change gears, that time adds up. And if you're doing 2-3 acres, 2-3 seconds here and there, at the end you're gonna save 10-20 minutes just on changing gears. So you save time with this one in that matter. Also, another thing that I love about this machine is that it has Bluetooth. It can tell you when you're going to do your maintenance on the machine. It tells you how many hours you've run on the machine, and it also reminds you of the blades and the conditions of the area where you work. So that's pretty neat. Another thing that it has, which is real nice, that if you compare it with the other ones, the other tractors don't have a space where you can place a sandwich or your cell phone or whatever you want. You don't have a place to place it on the other ones. This one does, and it has a pretty big place to put things there. Also, the cup holder is a lot deeper. It's very deep. See, it goes almost my whole hand goes in there. And the other one, when I would be mowing, the water bottles will pop out because the cup holder was that little. And it didn't have any place where I could put my phone. In one instance, I lost my phone, and I ran over it with the tractor. Luckily, it was in mud, so the cell phone didn't suffer any damages. Now, going back now to the upgrades, I'm going to start with the front. Now, I did here, it has this beefy bumper on the front. And what I did was I got a hose and I cut it, I slid it, and I placed it in here. So when I put my chains, when I tie it down on the trailer for transportation, I won't scratch the bumper. Another thing that I did to it is I put a horn. These machines don't come with a horn, and they should have a horn, because if you're working with somebody else and is doing yard work with the trimmer, he won't hear you with the trimmer. You know, they can't hear you. So you have a horn, you hit them with the horn, they could hear you and they can move out of the way. So that's a safety feature that I added. Another thing that I added is the lighter plug. Now this lighter plug, I bought it at Pep Boys for, I think it was 10, 12 bucks. And I placed it here directly to the battery. Why? This is very helpful, because if you got a flat, you can plug your air compressor there. If you're gonna do some pruning or trimming with an electrical device, you could also probably plug it there, you know, and so this is a helpful thing that I added. Another thing that I got was this roof. Now this roof got here in an original form from Sears, which is, you know, they don't have the construction of it is kind of flimsy. So what I did was I welded the seams to make it sturdier, make it harder, stronger. I welded here, I welded bars here and angle bars here, so they can be strong enough so you can push or haul things with it. And if you flip, it could probably help you out. Another thing that I did was this. Now this here, it has some rods that just go into the hole. And these rods from factory, they can pop out. And in one instance, I hit a branch, one of those rods popped out and poked into my face, and that's not nice. So what I did was, I got continuous thread rods, and I placed 3 of them. I drilled through the other side, and I placed it, and I put nuts on both sides of it. The color, I matched the colors. I matched the color of this thing. I took one of the wheels out. I took it to a buddy of mine who has a paint shop. He matched the color and he placed it in a spray can, which helped me out to do a pretty nice job on the finish. Another thing that I did to it was I put the chrome caps. The chrome caps give it the chrome caps on the valve stamps give it a little bit more, you know, a flair, if you would call it like that. And then I also painted the inside of the hub to match the black cap of the front. Now these hubs come in silver, so I painted it black to match it. Another thing that I did is I got the hitch assembly, the rear hitch assembly from the other tractor, and I placed it on this one. I gave it a little paint job and placed the box scraper on it, and it works just nice. I also added the reflectors. The reflectors I got at Pep Boys, I think it was like for $3. These will be very helpful when you're mowing next to the road and you know you got traffic. This can help you out because they're going to warn people that you're there. And so I added some flags, some carbon fiber decals to give it a little bit more of a flair. And I also added one of my favorites, which is the crazy wheel. Now the crazy wheel is going to help you out in turning, because if you're mowing 2, 3, 4 acres and you're turning like this, you're going to hurt your wrist, and after a while they're going to hurt. So with the crazy wheel, it's very simple. You can rest one arm with your drink on the other, and you can turn, you know, and switch hands and do it with the other one. So you know, it's a very helpful thing, and it only costs like 15 bucks. Also at one of those auto parts stores, Pep Boys or somebody else like that. So basically, that's the machine. I'm gonna go up a steep slope. These machines are designed to work on 15 degree slopes as Sears specs. So I added these tires, and I can go up 35 to 45 degree angle hills, and it is wet because it rained a while ago, and so the grass is wet, and you're gonna see how this tractor performs. So hop in with me so you can check it out. Tie this here a second. hitch the hitch. This is another favorite. It has the armrest, which they can both go up and down for easy entry. I'm 5'2", and it's very easy for me to get into this machine. So as you saw, guys, I hope this video is helpful for you guys when you make the decision to buy one of these machines. I would say that if I would have known how much this machine is much way better than the other ones, I would have bought one of these in the first place. Now, another thing that I'm going to tell you is that this machine, I got it at a special discount. This machine usually runs for $4,600. I got it for $3,000 with some special coupons and discounts at Sears. So hope you guys can get a good deal. See you, have fun. Have a good